Good day, everyone. So I am here to continue the report of James Talingting. So I'll be the one to discuss about the chapter 5, which talks about consumption and savings. So the basic concept of consumption. Consumption is the act of using goods and services to satisfy human wants. So, household consumption directly satisfies human wants, whereas business consumption does indirectly, inasmuch as businesses' activities provide the household with economic income to meet consumption expenditure as a periodic payment for society's current consumption of social goods. For example, the government spends for the monthly salaries of policemen to help provide peace and order in everyday life. The consumption function. So the first one is consumption and income. Consumption and income, or the personal or household consumption, is one of the determinants of national or factory income. So if income is assumed as they only equal to consumption, the inflow that generate the form of constitute borrowings from the economy's stocks of savings. And the next consumption function is the multiplier concept. The multiplier concept is the process of generating income through the circular flow exchange between the households and the firm. That is called the multiplier. So the exchange between the household the circular flow of the exchange between the households and the firm is called the multiplier. So the multiplier coefficient measures the average number of times every piso of inflow circulates and changes hand in the system as income. From another viewpoint, it also measures the income generated from every peso of inflow, which when multiplied to the total inflow yields aggregate income. The following equation is y is equals to CBM, and M is equal to 1 over 1 minus the quantity of MPC equals to 1 over MPS, where additionally M is the multiplier coefficient and MPC is the marginal propensity to consume, and MPS is equal to 1 minus the quantity of MPC, which is the marginal propensity to save. And the third one is consumption and savings. So the additional income that the system generates by the multiplier process yields savings outflow. If income is initially generated through borrowings, the corresponding savings outflow can be used for debt payments. So therefore, generating more income means more savings outflow to retire more debts and reduce what the economy owes to its past accumulated savings. It is only when income is fully generated that the debt balance is reduced to zero. So as you can see, it is the graphical and tabular illustrations of the consumption, income, and savings with the multiplier effect. Now let's move on to the factors of consumption. There below is the effect of, that's the framework of the effect of changes in the consumption function. So as you can see there, we have a graph there. So that's the illustration, the framework of effects of changes in the consumption function. The next factors of consumption is taste or preferences. Taste or preferences depends on how the product satisfies one's desires. So as human in nature, we are different, and so our taste and preferences. So if I have a taste, you also has, and everyone also has their own taste, which means that we are all unique in our different ways. And there are several reasons why consuming units have different attitudes towards consumption. The third factors of consumption is the population. As you can see there, it is the illustration of population by age, group, by sex, and by region, according to National Statistics Office on 2000. So, population size also determines consumption's needs and therefore affects consumption expenditure with a given income. An increase in household size with income and other factors as constant may decrease the propensity to consume and increase savings at the expense of non-essential items in the consumption basket. Therefore, a rapid increase in population may soon lead to a condition where population is predominantly young and hardly supported by a very small productive group from the older age bracket. This implies a very high propensity to consume because of limited income. And the next one is income. The level of income can increase with more infusions in the circular flow. Propensity to consume varies across consuming units to which income is distributed because of varying influence of demand factor. On the other hand, income distribution among consuming units of different propensities to consume also determines aggregate consumption. Therefore, income redistributed in favor of those with higher propensity to consume increases the level of aggregate consumption, assuming other factors as constant. As you can see in the table 14, it is the illustration or the graph for the total number of families, total and average annual family income and expenditure by income class. It is on 1997 and 2000, according to National Statistics Office. The fifth one is the price level. Individual product demand is inversely proportional to price due to the change in purchasing power and substitution with other products. The next one is innovation and promotion. Innovation and promotions can expand the line of consumers' choice and extend the influence of demand factors on consumption and propensity to consume income. The introduction of new products can create demand and increase aggregate consumption with the same taste or preferences and level of income. For example, a household who buys a DVD player on installment perhaps has to drain some amount from savings to meet the monthly payment obligation. On the other hand, promotions and advertising serve as a medium of introducing new products in the market which create demand and consumption. And lastly, we have the Engel's law and the compositional change in consumption expenditure. A German economist by the name of Ernest Engel in the 19th century found a relation between the level of family income and the composition of its consumption spending. His research shows that as the family income level rose, the proportion to total income of essential items like education and recreation followed the opposite trend. So again, I am Ferlin Fernandez and my report was all about the chapter 5 which talks about consumption and savings. I hope you learned something and goodbye.